What if the only thing holding you back isn't real? Think about that for a second, because the strongest prisons aren't made of iron, they're made of belief. Now listen, let me tell you a short story. A traveler was walking through a dusty roadside camp one evening when something strange stopped him in his tracks. Right there stood a giant elephant. Massive, powerful, the kind of creature that could shake the earth with a single step. Yet, it wasn't moving at all. Around its leg was a thin rope, tied to a tiny wooden stake in the ground. The traveler blinked, confused. That rope looked so weak it almost seemed like a joke. One strong pull and the elephant could walk away without effort. But the animal didn't even try. It stood there quietly, head low, as if escape wasn't possible. Curious, the traveler approached the trainer and asked, "How is this possible? Why doesn't the elephant break free? He's clearly strong enough." The trainer smiled gently and said, "When he was just a baby, we tied him with that same rope. Back then it was strong enough to hold him. He fought it every day, pulled, struggled, tried with all his strength, and failed every time. Eventually, he stopped trying." The trainer nodded towards the elephant. "Now he's grown. He's powerful enough to snap that rope in a heartbeat. But in his mind, the rope is still stronger than he is. He believes escape is impossible, so he never tests it again." The traveler looked back at the elephant, a giant body carrying a tiny, outdated belief. And if we're honest, a lot of us are living the same way. Maybe you failed once. Maybe someone convinced you that you weren't capable. Maybe life hit you hard and you decided, without realizing it, that trying again wasn't worth it. You grew older, wiser, stronger. But that old belief stayed wrapped around your thinking like that rope. So you stand still. Not because you're weak, but because you believe you are. What we learn from this story is simple but powerful. The rope that once held you may not be strong anymore. The only thing keeping you stuck is the memory of failing. And memory has no real power unless you keep feeding it. Sometimes all it takes is the courage to pull again, to test what you think is unbreakable, because you might discover the truth. You were never trapped. You just forgot how strong you became.